Wheelchair maintenance. Um, I've got a 24-inch chair here. We're going to go over a couple different parts. And if you don't feel comfortable doing your own maintenance, find yourself the brick and mortar store, see if they have a technician there, and maybe they could help you out. Maybe you have to bring it to them, but then maybe they come to you and actually resolve your issues. But if you're not comfortable with anything like this, by all means, please check with your brick and mortar stores, see if they have a service tech for them. Right away, we're just going to get into it. Okay. Um, I got a toolkit, and the small toolkit that I have, I keep the one socket that's more common. This is a 10 millimeter socket, a couple of wrenches, the screwdriver bit, good for taking off the seats and everything. If you have to take off the seat, this one's almost close to being there. You can see the Bantam. Save the old Bantam if you're going to do this because it works as a template for where their screws are. And you may have to use that to line up the screws. The new Bantam may not have, that many screws or such. Maybe, it may be a little bit different. You may have to use the old Bantam, but that makes for a template for where the screws are lined up. So, uh, coming around here, we're going to go into the braking system here a little bit. That 10 millimeter socket actually fits these two. Sometimes you get a wrench with the chair. Just a pressed piece of steel and everything. Check for that because it could actually help you to tighten those up. That's the one piece that really gets loose very quick. So watch that. And then there's a slide piece here. You never really have to touch that. The thing is, it loosens and everything, and it brings the footing closer into the wheel here. So if you're actually changing your wheels, the wheel height, you may have to slide this back and forth to adjust. The wheels do have on the front, there's three settings on the front wheels. You could actually put bigger wheels in, or you could raise the wheels. If you raise the wheels, you lower the seat of the chair. So um, on the back side, there's a little hubcap here, and it goes right through, and you can see that there's a second hub there, so that you could actually put the bolt through and tighten it up, and you can see the nut on the bottom one where that's for tightening. Same kind of nut inside this hubcap. I'm not going to remove it. The actual uh, armchair cover here, these get worn out a little bit because of the vinyl. Put that on, get sensitive skin on your forearms. That kind of protects you. Oh, by the way, right here, the leg rest. Hang on to your old leg rest if you got a different chair, because that actually may fit on this chair. Sometimes parts are actually universal, even between manufacturers. Okay, the back over here. This is made for this uh, from this same company that makes the chair, but for some reason this is only two screws. There are actually a number of screws up and down, and there's one right all the way down here. Okay, when you buy it in vinyl, it's a little bit longer. When you buy it in a nylon, it curves around the bar. To me, the nylon seems to be a little bit more sturdy. The nylon fabric is a little more sturdy. It curves around the bar, the handlebars, and gives you uh, more strength that way. You can see on the bottom here, you got the nut to the wheel, and right there on the way bottom, the bar right there, that's where your anti-tip goes. On the other side, you can see it. It kind of comes out. So the thing is, that anti-tip bar, there may be a cap on it. You take the cap off, and all of a sudden, there's just that bar right there, and you got this mechanism right here with the two like little buttons, spring-loaded buttons, and that would go right into that socket there, and that would be your setup for the anti-tip. If you need the handrail right here, if this starts to get loose on the interior area here, On each one of the spokes, there's actually a screw that you can actually tighten on that. So something else that um, the owner could actually do to himself on that. They could actually tighten those up. There's a lot of areas here that. Another thing is, it's like this you can buy from the internet, Amazon. I think I got that one, and that was like 10, 15 bucks. Come in different colors. If that's going to take you too long and it's really bugging you, you could actually put a ace wrap it around. Some people will do that as a temporary. Some people actually do that as a permanent. So anyway, a little bit about the chair, different things that you may or may not want to do. If you don't feel like doing those kind of things, by all means, check with a brick and mortar store. Get a service technician for your own personal needs. If you're wondering, the back area, that's actually a exercise mat, gymnastic mat. Each section is 2 foot by 4 foot. There's four sections that come in the one, so it's actually a 4 by 8. There's Velcro around on that whole mat, so basically you could Velcro two of them together. It's the purple mat, purple and pink kind of, uh, and you could actually Velcro those together and have even a bigger mat. You could go 8 by 8. The thing is, this actually works for another purpose besides you could do core exercises. It could be used uh, folded up, and you got a 2 foot by 4 foot area where you could actually bump yourself up, sit down on that, and then you could bump yourself up and sit down in a chair. It sits about 9 inches high, so basically you're bumping yourself up 9 inches, and usually the chairs are about 18 inches. So you bump yourself up and you're back in a comfortable chair. So just in case you do have to get off the floor, that's another way to do it without struggling too much. Um, the exercise mat is probably about $80-$90 per each for the 4 by 8. Check that out. Anything that you buy internet or anything like that, check to make sure that you got a return policy on those, that you don't have to, you got a 30-day to return it. And sometimes you may be ordering a different item from that same manufacturer, but just for some reason you needed the other, you needed ABC instead of XYZ. So make sure your return policies are good and everything. Good, strong return policy always helps you get the right thing too. So anyway, uh, the thing is, we covered a little bit. Again, if you're not comfortable, by all means, get a service technician in to help you out and everything. They come over and fix the problems for you. Uh, so the thing is, if you have any ideas for us and everything, subscribe and everything. Give us your ideas, give us your suggestions and everything, and love to hear from you. So anytime, subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.